Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 6. In this lesson, we will be learning all 26 letters of the alphabet in sign language. Let's go. So this is the letter A. As you can see, my hand is in sort of a fist-shaped position, except my thumb will be on the outside of my pointer finger. A. This is the sign for B. So kind of like if you were giving someone a high five, your palm would be facing out and your fingers would be facing back. Kind of the same thing, except your fingers are more straight and your thumb is facing inwards towards your palm. B. This is the sign for C. This is probably one of the most easiest ones because your hands are just kind of cupping, kind of like a C, except it's going to be facing outwards towards the person. C. D, kind of like C. It's going to be shaped in the D position where your pointer finger is facing up and the rest of your fingers are just kind of in a circle, like if you were shaping the letter O, and it would be facing towards the person or outwards. D. This is the sign for E. Kind of like the shape C, except your forefingers up here will be crunched and your thumb will be facing towards your palm. E. It will also be facing outwards. This is the sign for F. It's in an OK shaped sign. Super simple. F. The sign for G, so your pointer finger will be pointing the opposite way of the hand you are signing with. So for me, I'm signing with my right hand, which means my pointer finger is pointing to the left. But if you are left-handed, your pointer finger would be facing the right. Same with your thumb, which is aligned behind your pointer finger. It will also be facing the opposite way of the hand you are signing with. G. H. Your middle finger just kind of aligns with your pointer finger on the bottom, and your thumb is still in the same position. H. I, your pinky finger just goes up. I. And J, you use your pinky finger to scoop in J position. J. So the sign for K, your pointer finger is going to point up and in an angle, so just kind of diagonal a little bit, not straight up, but just a little bit angled where it's not completely straight. Your middle finger will be pointing the opposite way of the hand you are signing with. So for me, I'm signing with my right hand, which means it's going to be pointing towards the left. But if you are left-handed, your middle finger will be pointing towards the right. And then your thumb will be towards the end or towards your palm or your hand a little bit, towards your knuckle. It's not quite in the middle, but it's more towards the end of your middle finger. This is the sign for K. This is what it looks like from this side, and this is what it looks like from this side. The sign for L is just an L hand shape with whichever hand. L. Super simple. The sign for M, so your three fingers, your pointer, your middle, and your ring finger are gonna all be latched above your thumb, which will be connecting to your pinky. You can see right here. That is the sign for M. And for N, the same as M, except your pointer finger, or I meant your ring finger, will go underneath your thumb. N. And the sign for O is just an O hand shape. It's not facing out, but it's facing this way or to the side so that you can see that is an O hand shape. We learned how to sign the letter K. Well, for the sign P, it's kind of the same thing, except it's going to be angled down. So instead of your pointer finger angled up, it's going to be angled down towards the floor, as well as your middle finger pointing down towards the floor, and your thumb is just going to kind of be in the same position as it was when it was for K. This is what P looks like on this side, and this is what P looks like on that side. P. Q. In lesson 2, we learned the sign for G was your pointer finger was pointing the opposite way of the hand you were signing with, as well as your thumb. That's the same for Q, except it's going to be angled down, kind of like P. So your pointer and your thumb fingers are going to be pointing towards the floor. Q. The sign for R, if you were crossing your fingers, like not making a promise for someone, or fingers crossed, that's the sign for R. S, it's going to be in a fist hand shape, kind of like the sign for A, except your thumb is just going to be, like I said, the fist hand shape. S. And the sign for T, your thumb will be going over your middle finger while your pointer finger is going over your thumb, like this. You made it so far, and we are on the last 6 letters of the alphabet. Congratulations! So this is the sign for U. Your pointer finger and your middle finger are close together, and they are angled up towards the sky. U. The sign for V, it's kind of like if you were doing a peace sign, that's the sign for V. V. For W, your ring finger points up with your pointer and your middle finger, kind of like a W. W. X, you're going to scrunch up your pointer finger kind of like this, where it looks like an R, but it's facing outwards and it's an X. X. Y, it's kind of like surfers up, dude, kind of like that, except it's just going to be still. Y. And Z, you're going to use your pointer finger to air spell a Z. Z. Congrats on learning the whole alphabet!